have major developments from the White House tonight. President Trump's first major address to Congress and the American people, generating many headlines for its strikingly different tone. And there was that emotional moment when the president singled out the widow of the Navy SEAL killed in that controversial raid in Yemen. ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl tonight.
An upbeat President Trump met with Republican leaders today who were buzzing about the dramatic change in tone in the president's speech last night. Right off the bat, he was reaching out, giving a nod to Black History Month, condemning a recent epidemic of hate crimes that he has been slow to acknowledge, including the vandalism of Jewish cemeteries and threats against Jewish community centers across the country that are now being investigated by the FBI.
Recent threats targeting Jewish community centers and vandalism of Jewish cemeteries, as well as last week's shooting in Kansas City, remind us that while we may be a nation divided on policies, we are a country that stands united in condemning hate and evil in all of its very ugly forms.
Trump got members of both parties on their feet during the speech's emotional high point. His tribute to Navy SEAL Ryan Owens, who was killed during a controversial raid in Yemen that the president approved just a week after he took office. When the president traveled to Dover Air Force Base to witness the return of the fallen SEAL, Owens' father refused to meet with him. But last night, his widow was there.
Ryan died as he lived, a warrior and a hero, battling against terrorism and securing our nation. Ryan's legacy is etched into eternity. Thank you. Thank you.
The applause lasted for almost a full 2 minutes.
And Ryan is looking down right now, you know that, and he's very happy because I think he just broke a record.
And in stark contrast to the combative tone of the president's first weeks in office, a near total reversal, especially this line, which could be taken as a criticism of the president himself.
The time for small thinking is over. The time for trivial fights is behind us.
The positive tone was a hit with many critics. Amid the good reviews, the White House today abruptly postponed the signing of a new version of the president's controversial travel ban, something the White House has called an urgent matter of national security. But for now, at least, it will wait. A bid, perhaps, to let the big speech moment sink in.
And so let's get right to John Karl, live at the White House tonight. And John, you mentioned there the delay now in the president's new executive order. We know at first it banned citizens from 7 Muslim-majority countries, among them Iraq. And John, you have news tonight that Iraq could come off the list?
I am told, David, that in the current version of this travel ban, Iraq has been removed at the urging of State Department officials and Defense Secretary Mattis, who both made the case that Iraq is a critical partner in the fight against ISIS. Including them in the ban could hinder that fight.